Okay. Wow, something went psh as soon as this thing went off. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to create one of the parts from the book. It's a circular spacer on page 2-35. So I'm just going to go through this kind of straightforward here at the beginning, quick, but I got a couple of different ways of doing the whole features I'm going to show you. It starts off with an extruded boss that we're going to sketch on the front plane using two circles, one for the outside, one for the inside diameter. The outside dimension is 7 inches, and the inside is 2. Accept that sketch, extrude it to 0.250, and now we're going to have it like a little ring sticking off of this. So I'm going to go and do another sketch on this face. Start my circle from the center and make 2 circles in here and dimension those. The inside is 2 inches again, and the outside one is 2.75. Okay, everything's black, that's good. Accept that. Extrude it, 250, so it's all overall thickness of 0.5. All right, now comes the fun part. We're going to do a new sketch. I'm going to straighten this out first so I can look at it from the front. We're going to sketch for one of the holes. We're doing 3 holes that are on what's called the bolt circle. The diameter of the bolt circle is 5 inches. The diameter of the holes are all 1 inch. So I'm going to sketch on this surface. The first thing I need to do is make a construction line. So line for construction from the middle, right in that origin, straight down. Nice vertical line, straight down. Click and escape. Now, I was telling you there's I'll make a circle for construction just so you can see it. I'll make a circle from here to here for construction. I'll mention that. So that, as I said, is supposed to be a 5-inch circle that all of these holes are going to be along that circle, okay? So if the diameter is 5, from here to here has to be the radius, right? That radius is just going to be half of the circle. So I'm going to smart dimension this line and do 5 inches, slash for divided by 2. There we go. Right? So now what I need, though, is a circle down here. I'm doing all this just to get my circle sketched in the right spot. Here's my circle, and we know the diameter of that is 1 inch. Again, everything's black, everything's good. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead, get out of this, and then go extruded cut. And I always want to change this. If I know I'm going through, I always want to change the through all. And we're good. So now we still need 2 more holes in this pattern. These are holes that are spaced equally around that bolt circle. So I'm going to go back to my front view. So it's nice and flat. And I'm going to do what's called, under where it says linear pattern, I'm going to click that little arrow and open up that menu, and I've got other options. One of them is a circular pattern, which is what I want to do. All right. The direction means, this right here means going around the circle. Which circle do I want to use to project all those around? And I'm just going to take this circle right here. It automatically throws up these 2 other ones because equal spacing is clicked right here for 360 degrees, and I know I have 3 of them. There's different ways you can use this. There's something called instant spacing, which is a little more complicated. But if you know you're going to be doing equal spacing, you just click on it. And then tell it how many of these circles you want to cut through. All right. In our case, it's 3. When I click on this, it's just going to repeat that extruded cut nice and equally around that circle. Of course, like everything else in SolidWorks, I can edit this feature and I can do more holes if I needed to. Maybe I needed 6 holes instead of 3, and that just updates automatically. Or I can go back into my sketch for my original hole, and maybe I'm going to get rid of this right here. Maybe I want this in a little bit closer to the hub. Maybe it's 2.25 instead of 2.5. So I'm going to change that dimension. What this will do is we'll update everything below it. So the hole, the circular pattern will all get updated. And of course, I can go change this again if I wanted to. Say, no, it really should be 5 holes. And you can just keep, anything can be changed in here. The thickness of this extrude, maybe we figured out, oh, geez, 250 isn't quite enough. Maybe it needs to be 0.375. We need a little bit of extra bearing on that. Okay, that's fine. That'll work too. And then we discovered down the road that this thing is too thin, so it broke. So we can change that to be, instead of 250, maybe it needs to be ½ inch thick. Everything updates. All right. And here's a good reason. I'm going to go back on that. Here's a good reason why. Remember I said to you, for your extrude, right? I put through all instead of blind. Blind assumes it's going to go 250 because it sees that's how far it goes. So I say, okay, blind 250, that's good, right? That looks okay. If I go back and change this thickness to 0.5, it's not going to go through all anymore. It's only going to go 250 deep. That's why I like to go through all with that stuff. So that's one way of doing the holes. Okay, now I'm going to get rid of that. Cut, circular pattern, everything. All right. This is the other way that Rafi was talking about. Right within the sketch, I can do the same thing. Within a sketch, I can do a circular sketch pattern. So the parameters, I have to put in the parameters and the entities. The entity is the thing I want to pattern. That's this thing. And it automatically automatically knew what I wanted to do, except it has me doing 4 of them and I only want 3 of them. Okay. And then what you can do is you can do a feature of extruded cut all the way through, and it will still do the same thing in the end. It's just that you did it instead of outside of the extrude, you did it inside the sketch. And that is how you can use a bolt circle with the circular pattern.